After days of protests across China at the government's zero COVID strategy, it does now appear that these demonstrations are beginning to die down. And that is likely due to the enhanced security operation that's currently going on in China. We're seeing videos of a heavy police presence on the streets of cities like Shanghai and Beijing. There are also reports of people who are gathering in areas where there have been protests, having their phones searched or been questioned by authorities. And there's even been barricades put up on certain streets where the protesters were gathering. So it does look like the authorities are really starting to clamp down on this. Also, China's ability to censor material on the internet, well, that will be going into overdrive, no doubt. They'll be looking to remove any videos or pictures or posts about the protests, really to stop the message getting out there. And also the surveillance that's available to the state, I'm sure that will be used to try to crack down on who was behind these protests and ensure that they don't happen again. Now, obviously, this story has received a lot of attention around the world and there's been plenty of reaction. The White House said that President Biden is monitoring the situation and defended the rights of people to protest peacefully, but they did stop short of going any further with criticism of the handling of the protests or the COVID-0 strategy as a whole. UK Prime Minister Rishi Sunak, he was pretty strong, saying that the golden era of UK-China relations was over and said it was naive to think that more trade with countries in the West would result in political reform in Beijing. He also referred to the British journalist who was detained whilst working for the BBC in Shanghai, saying it was shocking and unacceptable. Now, all eyes really are on China and what happens next. The country's health authorities have released a drive to try and vaccinate more elderly people, possibly hinting at potentially some kind of loosening restrictions, but officially there's been no word on that at the moment. So it's going to be fascinating to see whether or not these protests do continue in the coming days or if the government continues to stick with its zero COVID strategy. Reporting from Singapore, Adam Hancock for TICKER News.